Good afternoon. Thanks for being here. Obviously, we called you in here and you have no idea why you're here. And I know you're probably a little curious as to the purpose of today. I'm thrilled to announce that we are here to celebrate and honor an exceptional educator who has made a significant impact here at CG and has gone above and beyond with his dedication, fostering unique opportunities for our students, inspiring them, and contributing to the community. To start off this special ceremony, I am delighted to introduce someone who has been a tireless advocate for rural education in New York, the Executive Director of the New York State Rural Schools Association, Dr. David Little.
Thank you, pal. Thanks, everybody. Interesting. I had the dean of the law school that I went to said that we lawyers are too humble to use the doctoral title, but I appreciate it. Thank you. That doesn't happen very often. I was coming in here today, and my Waze app sent me, instead of to this building, sent me to the edge of the district. So I don't know whether you know where Call Hill Road is and where it turns into dirt and gravel, but I was up on the top with not a building in sight when it said, "You've arrived." So I had to call in and find out how to get down there. But while I was up there, my second thought, once I got up there, my first thought was, I think I could see my house from here. But my second thought was that it looks exactly like where I grew up in Ohio. And so I'm feeling right at home being here with you this afternoon. It's so much so that if somebody plopped me down in the middle of here or there, I couldn't tell you with any degree of certainty that it wasn't the other one. And it really makes me question the intelligence of my ancestors, because they got off the boat and they walked through here. They would have had to have walked through here and then somehow decided to walk another 300 miles to get to a place that looked exactly like it, right? All I can figure is the land must have been cheaper out there. But I really appreciate your having us in and doing this today. And as Yogi Berra said, appreciate the reason for it and for making today necessary. So the welcome has been wonderful. There was a little reception for us beforehand, and you know, Canisteo Greenwood can now officially be said that some of the very best rural education takes place here. The Rural Schools Association is made up of over 300 school districts, roughly half the districts in the state. We're the champion of rural education in state and federal advocacy and in relaying its value to the public, because we know that once people know the value of rural education, our leaders will support the effort to make tremendous educational opportunities available for our rural students. So RSA makes sure that our rural schools understand the policies proposed in Albany and Washington, and we make sure that Albany and Washington understands how those policies will affect rural education in New York State. And we do that in a number of ways, including providing professional development for school leaders at our conferences, keeping them up to date in our alerts and monthly newspaper, by providing the media with information. In fact, I want to thank your superintendent who made his office available. I had a 2 o'clock interview with CBS News about what the impact of federal cuts will have on rural kids, and I could only do that with your help, so thank you. So we're connecting our school districts with state and national leaders, and by raising the visibility of rural education every chance we get. We're supported in that effort by a board of directors that represents each region of the state, and they make sure that they're always aware of your needs and your success, and your superintendent sits on that board. The chair of that board of directors is with us this afternoon, and I'd now like to introduce you to the Rural Schools Association Board of Directors Chair, Norb Fuse. Norb, come up.
And we're really thankful that Tom does sit with us. He does a great job. One of the ways that RSA highlights the value of rural education is to promote its New York State Rural Teacher of the Year award. Each year, the very best rural educator in New York State is selected to showcase the excellence that is possible in our rural school districts. That award recipient is then eligible for consideration for the National Rural Teacher of the Year by the National Rural Education Association, our national affiliate. And while not a lot of folks think New York is a rural area, New York State Rural Teachers of the Year have won the national award, and we were proud of that for that. The award winner for New York State is officially presented with their award at our summer conference in Lake Placid in July, and then they have the opportunity to speak to the attendees both at that conference and the winter conference in Saratoga Springs in December, as well as recognized across the state for their excellence. None of this would be possible without our help of our award sponsors, and they are CNS Companies and SCI Designs. And we thank them for that, because without their help, this would take place. So we thank both partners for allowing us to highlight the best of rural education. And now it's my privilege to introduce Tarkan Cheng, Superintendent of the Jefferson Central School Districts and the South Cartwright School Districts. Boy, you must not have anything under your sleep at all, do you? He has both the districts, and he is our chair of the RSA Awards Committee that selects the Rural Teacher of the Year. Tarkan?
Good afternoon, everyone. I have the fun part here. It's my distinct honor to stand before you today to present the Rural Schools Association of New York State Teacher of the Year Award. This award is not simply about recognizing a teacher's ability to impact knowledge, but rather the profound, lasting impact they have on the lives of their students and the community around them. During the selection process, we seek to identify one individual who captures the essence of what exemplifies the model teacher. These qualities include impact on students and student achievement. At the heart of every great educator is a deep commitment to student achievement. This year's recipient has not only fostered academic growth, but has shaped students into resilient, thoughtful, engaged individuals. Their ability to inspire curiosity and motivate students to push beyond their limits reflects a dedication to not just teaching, but to ensuring every child reaches their full potential. The impact of this educator's work resonates beyond test scores. It's seen in the confidence students gain, the challenges they overcome, and the futures they build with the foundation laid in the classroom. Collaboration. In today's educational landscape, collaboration is key to nurturing a supportive, effective learning environment. This teacher excels in fostering collaboration both within the classroom and across the school community, whether through working alongside colleagues, sharing resources and ideas, or creating a culture of teamwork in their classroom. They understand that learning is most powerful when it is a shared experience. They are a true team player, not just in their efforts to elevate their own students, but in helping their peers grow and succeed. Continuous learning. One of the hallmarks of exceptional teaching is a commitment to continuous learning. They approach their own professional growth with the same enthusiasm they encourage in their students. Whether staying ahead of educational trends, participating in workshops, or pursuing advanced certifications, they understand that being a lifelong learner is integral to being a great teacher. They model this mindset for their students, showing them the importance of curiosity, adaptability, and perseverance in every aspect of life. Leadership. Finally, leadership is not about a title. It is about the positive influence one has on others. This teacher's leadership is evident not only in the classroom, but in the broader school community. They inspire and empower their students to lead with integrity, empathy, and determination. They are the kind of leader who leads by example, fostering a sense of purpose and direction for both students and colleagues alike. Their ability to guide, support, and motivate others demonstrates that leadership isn't just about making decisions. It is about shaping the next generation of thinkers, problem solvers, and leaders. The committee reviewed and examined the materials submitted, and through careful consideration and discussion, identified a successful candidate who demonstrated the greatest level of evidence matching our criteria. We at the Rural Schools Association of New York State want to thank our recipient for your dedication and service to rural schools. It brings us joy that your district recognizes the excellence you offer to your students and community. The committee who reviewed the applications for this award had a difficult task of identifying only one individual to be recognized as this year's recipient. That's not a sign, is it? It was, yeah. Before any power goes out. It was evident that all the candidates added value to their schools, districts, and communities in one form or another. But you clearly exhibit a level of excellence that separates you from even these exceptional educators. We are excited to announce the Rural Schools Association of New York State's Teacher of the Year for the 24-25 school year is Mr. Christopher Romanchock.
It was with a sense of increasing dread that I finally figured out what was going on here as we introduced this was. Thank you all so much for all that you do to make this an amazing place to work and an amazing place to teach. And that's like the adults standing there in the dark at the back, I could just kind of pick out. But it's mostly like you guys out there sitting in the crowd. Like, this is an amazing place. You are so lucky to be here, and you are so lucky to come from here. You're going to get out into the big world, and you're going to have a chance to tell people the things that you experienced in school, and they are not going to believe you, that you came from a place like Canisteo. You're incredibly lucky. Thank you so much for all that you do, and thank you so much for, I don't know, that wonderful round of applause. That was amazing.
All right. I do just want to say thank you guys. You've been awesome this afternoon. And I believe in being able to visualize things. Seeing is sometimes believing. So I just want you to humor me. We're going to let you go here in just a moment. But I'm going to ask you some questions. And I'm going to tell you to do some things. So if there's any student right now in the auditorium that has participated in middle school or high school youth in government, stand up right now. Stay standing. No, stay standing. Hey, if you've ever attended Games Club on Wednesday, stand up if you're not standing. Stay standing, stay standing. Hey, if you've participated in chess club at any point in time, stand up. Hey, if you've taken wilderness survival or ham radio, stand up. Hey, if you've taken World War I, World War II, Cold War, or Vietnam, stand up. If you've taken Global 10 with Mr. Romanchock, stand up. I want you guys to look around, and I want you to see and understand and realize the impact that one person can make, how lucky you are to be on the receiving end of that impact, and how grateful we are that we have the opportunity to be a part of that impact with you. At this point in time, you guys can have a great day, go out, achieve, succeed, and make us proud.
The Rural Schools Association represents over 300 school districts, roughly half of the school districts in New York State. And so, despite the fact that many from outside of New York don't think of New York as being rural, they know all the names of many of our rural places. You know, the Finger Lakes, the Hamptons, the Southern Tier, the Catskills, the Adirondacks, the, Thousand Islands. They know all of those places. So, but if you ask them about New York, they don't think rural. We've actually got the third highest rural population in America. And so if you're going to recognize the excellence that takes place in rural education and have a contest, there were 20 applications that were filed down from the excellence that takes place in rural classrooms. And our recipient, Chris, was just far and away exhibited the most out of all the characteristics that the committee goes over in evaluating each of those finalists, which are all wonderful instruction in their own way.
So I grew up in Niagara Falls, New York. Grew up in a city, and I didn't want to raise my family there. I moved down here after college to the Southern Tier, and I think that I made the right choice. I think that small town life is some of the best life to be had in America. And it gets routinely overlooked and derided. I think that we do some of the best education that anybody does in the country right here in our small rural schools, where kids have no choice but to have a personal relationship with their teachers and with their administrators. And I think that an award like this helps bring a little attention to that. I tell my students pretty regularly that people in New York City will spend $40,000, $50,000 a year to send their kids to a school like Canisteo with small class sizes, with the kind of relationships we're able to have with the students here. And they get to go for free. That's a real benefit.